Hi folks, this is all the fruit, and today I want to compare different Akebi fruits. What is Akebi? Well, the genus Akebia is quite well known in East Asia, like Japan, Korea, and parts of China. Very popular also in Chinese traditional medicine. And also there seem to be a lot of foodstuffs made from Akebi, which is probably a way to preserve it, to bring it to the cities and to extend its useful period, because it does not have a very good shelf life. Most parts of the Akebia are edible. The flowers, leaves, and young stalks can be eaten raw or cooked. The biggest treat is this white worm in here, which is filled with black seeds. It's sweet and nice and has different flavors in different Akebi species. However, you can also eat the bitter but soft rind, and you can eat the seeds, or because they are often bitter, make an oil out of them. Akebi is also a very popular ornamental in Germany. I think in Germany they know it. 99% of the people who know about it just know it as an ornamental, while in Japan and Korea and such areas it's like one of the most famous fruits the grandparents used to forage in the hills in the poor times when they were children and couldn't afford candy and ate Akebi instead. The flavor and sweetness are very highly renowned. That's why it's also called the chocolate vine. Some say it's called the chocolate vine because of the brownish flowers. Others say that the white goo around the seeds basically tastes like sweet chocolate pudding. Well, in Germany, it's usually just known as ornamental, and most people don't even know that it produces fruits or what the fruits look like. Here in my street, I'm very lucky to have, not one, but at least 3 different varieties of it. And that's also the reason I have fruits. Well, I don't even know if those are really considered different varieties. I don't know if the ornamentals they grow here are actually named varieties or not. They sure all are Akebia quinata. It's actually the only species I've seen here in Germany. And usually you have one plant or a couple plants, but I guess they are always of the same variety, so that they cannot cross-pollinate and they don't produce fruits. Here, I was aware for some time that I have 2 different distinct varieties, but today I found a third one, so I decided to make a variety video. So as I said, all this is Akebia quinata. In one area of the housing complex where I forage them, there is this variety. Actually, here there are a couple small fruits, but they can grow to substantial sizes. They can grow to the size of a mango, this variety. Those are all small. The biggest I have right now is of this size, but they can grow at least twice the size, and they like to grow in clusters. Not always, but more often than the other varieties. They are much more colorful. Also, they tend to break open. When the fruit breaks open, the seeds tend to be spread out. So this worm, which in this case is still intact, with this variety most often just bursts open too. In another part of the complex, there is this variety here, 1, 2, 3. This 4th fruit and this 5th fruit, they're all from this variety. Big fruits, usually single or maybe in 2s or 3s, but very rarely more. More pale, more sweet, and the bitterness of the rind is less, and actually by frying or cooking them carefully, you can remove pretty much all the bitterness. With those, I never managed to remove them. I cooked the rind of those both varieties. Today I found this 3rd variety, much smaller, with much thinner rind. Seems that it likes to grow in clusters a bit more than the middle variety, but maybe not just as much as this one, growing in a different part of the apartment complex. Color-wise, I would say it's between those 2. The color is a bit stronger near the rind, but the inside is not so strong. Also, sorry, the light is not so good. It's autumn and it's quite late. So I'm using a mixture of the remaining bluish daylight and the yellow lamp light. I think the video more or less shows the correct colors, but I was not happy with the photos I made for the thumbnail, neither with nor without flash. Okay, but now to the important part, the taste comparison. Let's start with the new, small variety. Here we get this worm. As I said, they are the black seeds. They are kind of bitter with most varieties. Sweet, but not a lot of goo around the seeds. If you look at the worms, I call them worms, the seeds are much better visible. You can see that there's less goo around than, for example, in this variety. And an interesting version of the very mild Akebi flavor. A lot of sources talk about the extremely flavorful Akebis, which I used to flavor a lot of things. Those here I could basically just use them to sweeten a lot of things because their flavor is minimal. Now, I'm taking this variety. It is my favorite one, to be honest. A lot of really sweet and soft goo. Those small ones are also much drier. Oh, here by the way, coincidentally the leaves. Akebia quinata, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 leaf splits on each leaf. Yeah, I like this variety. I would say the flavor of the Akebi is kind of nutty. You could call it chocolatey. For me, it's a little bit closer to nutty. This one, totally superior to those little ones. Now, let's try the ones where the worm is broken open. I would say more sweet than those, less sweet than those. And with a more starchy flavor. Yeah, really happy I found this new little variety, but still, those remain my favorites for the goo around the fruits and also for the rind. Yeah, good stuff. Really glad I managed to compare three, which are visually and taste-wise separated. As I said, they also grow in different parts of the complex. Like this one, I don't know if the others around it are the same variety, but it grows in the south. This grows in the center, and this grows in the north. Neatly separated. There are 2 fruiting vines of this one, after they removed the biggest one a couple years ago. There are 5 or 6 fruiting vines of the best variety, but this year they are not very productive. And I found only 1 fruiting vine of this small variety. Good stuff, folks. Please tell me your experience with Akebi or chocolate vine. Apart from that, stay tuned for a lot more fruit videos from the beautiful and incredibly fruit-rich suburban neighborhoods of Heidelberg. And of course, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe.